Hey y'all, Stephanie with Minimalist Mom Life. Welcome back to my channel. Again, I've got Lucy here with me because she absolutely refuses to nap. It's like if she knows I'm going to be filming a video, then she needs to be a part of it. I did one yesterday, and you can see her little feet. If you look at the background, she's like laying next to me. You can't see her, but you see her little feet kicking up every once in a while. So that's just life with babies. And anyways, today's video, as you know by the title, is kind of talking about how we do Christmas. And I got a lot of questions after kind of mentioning doing a video about this yesterday, and I thought, you know, I want this to be as if you guys are just my friends, my channel, and you're over at my house and we're having a conversation, or I'm at your house or something like that. And so I would not wait to answer your questions until like my hair was done and everything was perfect and the lighting was great. I would just talk to you. So rather than wait till like some perfect time to make a really, you know, cutesy professional video, which I never do, about Christmas, I'm just going to talk to y'all. So again, we'll see how Lucy does and if she's not too distracting. But if you were at my house and we were really friends, then you would have Lucy to be distracting anyway. So I jotted down the questions for y'all, from y'all, and I am going to get right to them. So I will probably talk more and kind of like go on rabbit trails here, but these are the questions y'all gave me specifically. So I'm going to try and get those answered before I kind of go off on my own little tangents about how we do Christmas. Also, little banner in the background. Look at me. Just kidding. It was $3 at the Target dollar spot. We have a brand new Target near our house, and so the kids and I went there this morning, and that was the one thing I bought and the only new Christmas decoration I will buy this year. So $3. Woohoo. So my first question, these questions came from I think 3 different people, one on Instagram and then 2 in YouTube comments. And I know I've gotten other ones, so hopefully these are answering some of those same questions. How do we give gifts? Do we give gifts to other family members? How do we give gifts on a budget was kind of the general thing. So if you're new here, if this is your first time, we are a family of 6. We have a 4-year-old little boy, 2 2-year-old little boys, and Lucy is just turned 4 months old. So for my immediate family, meaning those kids and my husband, we do not get each other any presents. Yes, you heard that right. We don't buy the kids any presents. Now, will we buy the kids presents when they're older and they have their heart set on something that they really love? Probably. Actual like material things, we probably will. But as far as like toys or even clothes or anything, we don't buy the kids any presents. As far as other family members, yes, we do. We buy my grandparents a present, my Nana and Grandpa a couple present. We buy my dad a present, my mom a present, Jason's parents, my husband's parents a present, and then we buy he has a sister and a brother, and then his brother's married. And so we buy my brother and 2 sister-in-laws presents. Then on my side, I have 4 siblings, but we do not do like a gift for everybody. We've done like a gift exchange where you get one present for a different couple, like you draw names, but this year we are planning on doing just all donating to a charity instead. So that will be the gift as far as that's concerned. And then we buy for my nephew on my husband's side and one of my nieces and nephews, my sister's kids. And so that is it as far as what we buy. And I will tell you that our Christmas budget, drum roll please, I think last year was $150. Maybe that was the year before. Maybe last year was $200. But we spend like $30 usually on a Christmas tree. We get a real Christmas tree, and then the rest of the money is spent on buying the people that I just listed presents, and that is what we spend on Christmas. Usually I buy like a gingerbread house for the kids, like usually we do that, but sometimes that just comes out of like our grocery budget that we do, like gingerbread houses and Christmas cookies and stuff like that. Again, we don't do a lot of decorations. I spent $25 last year on Christmas decorations besides our tree, and I mean I'm going to use all of those this year and probably from here on out until they break. They're really cute. I like them. They're not trendy. They're things that I think I'll really enjoy for a long time to come. And then we don't decorate just a ton because, again, minimalism, I don't want a ton of even Christmas stuff to dust and keep up with. So, yeah, that is who we buy for. To other family members, like I said, and like even my brother and his wife, my brother-in-law and his wife, that's a couple. So we'll usually buy them something for the 2 of them, not separately, sometimes separately, but those aren't big gifts. And I would say that as far as like what we buy them, like my grandparents and then both of our parents, usually it's something like from Shutterfly, something to do with being a grandparent, like a calendar of the pictures of the kids is a really great present. I know my mother-in-law loves off of Shutterfly. It's not super expensive. It takes a little while because you're having to put in all the photos for every month and stuff, but I get pictures from my sister-in-law of their kids, and so it's all of the grandkids, and they really enjoy that. One year we did like a phone cover for her, of photos of all of her grandkids, and it said Nana on it. So just different stuff like that. So it's meaningful to them and it's personal. But also, I've always felt like, you know, your parents can pretty much, at least my parents, I think most people's parents can pretty much buy what they want. So it's kind of more meaningful for it to be something personal, because if they really wanted a new shirt or something, they would just go buy it. So that's how we do gifts for them. And then for my niece and nephew, my sister's kids, I ask her very specifically, like, what would you like them to have? And she does the same thing with my kids. And so that way, neither one of us are just giving each other a whole bunch of, like, plastic toys that we don't want, or things that maybe the kids already have, but we're being like, what are they into right now, or what would you like them to have? Like, for instance, again, my sister, she said that she has an Amazon wish list, which is the best thing ever, because I can always just know, you know, go off that to what to get her. But she wanted, like, a little, like, Lego thing for her kids. So super simple and easy to do. What do you give someone who has so much already? Non-expensive, clutter-free way. So I touched on that a little bit. I think personalized things are great, like a calendar, something that they're going to use, or a personalized planner with pictures of their grandkids. I mean, grandmas love that kind of stuff. But also experiences. This past Mother's Day, George, one of our 2-year-olds, is obsessed with his Nana. Like, he's such a Nana's boy. And so rather than give her, like, a gift, like a material thing for Mother's Day, we gave George a $50 gift card to, what is that fondue place? I don't know. Man, what is it? It's a chain restaurant. Anyway, it's a little cute little fondue place. And the two of them went out on a date. And, like, for Father's Day, it was Martin and Papa going fishing. So stuff like that, to where they're getting experience, they're getting time with their grandchild or time with us. Last year for Jason's dad's birthday, we got a Groupon for Jason and his siblings to take his dad out to a gun range to go shooting, and that was a lot of fun for them. So stuff like that. I think experiences are always fun, and you know, your parents are just like you with your kids. They want to spend time with you. Take your mom to go get her nails done, or yeah, stuff like that. Take them to go do something. Take them out just for a meal, and for once y'all be the ones that pay. Something like that is, I think, a fun thing to do. Do you throw no gift birthday parties? We do. So on our kids' birthday invitations, we request your presence, not your presence. And of course, some people are still going to bring gifts, and that's perfectly fine, and we're going to be grateful for those and enjoy them. But I think it does alleviate the pressure of anybody feeling like they need to figure out what to get our child or spend more money that they just don't need to, and we don't need the stuff. So we do throw no gift birthdays. And along those lines, I mentioned before, I have a whole video about how we do birthday parties, but we do not buy our children toys for their birthday. And we don't buy them clothes either, just to clear that up. It's not that we are anti-toy or anything. I mean, at Christmas time, we don't give our kids, like, their jacket wrapped and say it's a Christmas present. We would just buy them a jacket if they needed a jacket. We don't buy toys throughout the year either. The reason that we don't, again, is they're very little, and everything, a box is just as fun as a plastic toy, and my pots and pans are just as fun, if not more fun, to them than a little, oh, look at your little side profile, so cute, Lucy, than a little, you know, plastic toy one. And so we don't buy them that. And then both of our parents, so both sets of grandparents, like to buy them toys for Christmas, and they like to be the ones that kind of enjoy and do that. And so it's not like they don't get anything. They do have presents to open. And I would say if our parents weren't like that, if neither one of our parents wanted to buy them anything at all, that would be totally fine. And in that case, we would probably buy them each one toy, but it would still only be one. And I will tell you, there is a difference in how your children behave, at least how my children behave, when they have a lot of toys to fight over and a lot of new things to argue over whose is whose, versus when they have a few basic toys. They get along so much better, and their imaginations are amazing, so they just don't need all of that stuff. But it's not about not blessing our children at all. We want to bless them. I've mentioned this 1,000 times, but kind of for our collective birthdays this year, we are all going snowboarding. We're going to the mountains and staying in a cabin, and my 2 oldest boys will get to do actually snowboarding lessons at 3 and 4, and I think that's, because George will be 3 by then, I think that's going to be such a fun experience for all of us. Go play in the snow, because we live in California where it doesn't snow, so at least in our area. So that will be a lot of fun. So we do want to bless our children, just not with material things in that way. And I'm going to have a whole video about 50 ways to love and spoil your children without stuff, without bringing in extra stuff. So look for that coming, sometime probably around Thanksgiving. Next question. When you receive a gift you don't want, what do you do with it? So I don't know that we've really received a gift that we didn't want that I can really think of. All my siblings do not give gifts to my kids, just my sister. And so there isn't a huge, we don't get super bombarded by toys. I know some of you struggle with that. Sorry, I don't, have those conversations, but do it lovingly if you need to. But if I received a toy, I guess it would depend. Now, if I received a book for the kids or something that I didn't think was appropriate, or had stuff in it that I didn't want the kids to see, I would toss it, because if I didn't want my kids to have it, I don't want any other kid to have it. If it was just something that was an annoying toy, I would let them have it. Honestly, I would, because they're kids and I can get over it. And with my boys, I have, again, I just turned 4-year-old, 2-year-old boys. Toys don't last very long in this house other than blocks, because they get broken, they get taken to the park and left, they get taken outside, and then it rains, and then the batteries corrode and we have to get rid of. Stuff happens to the toys, so I tend to, if they get a gift, it's their gift to enjoy. Now, again, if we're about to get a whole bunch of Christmas presents, or even a few Christmas presents, we're probably going to look through our toys and see if there's something we need to get rid of, so that we don't have a pileup of stuff. But usually that doesn't even happen, because honestly, they break stuff, they leave stuff at the park, stuff just happens. And and again, since we don't buy anything even throughout the year, there's just not that big of a collection of toys. So that's how we do that. But I would say, make sure you're grateful. Minimalism and not wanting your house to be full of stuff is not about being snobby to people trying to be generous with you. And recognize, for some people, their love language is giving gifts. And so if you have someone like that in your life, you telling them that you don't want their gifts is probably not going to go over very well. So, be gracious with that. What do we buy for Christmas? So I just told you. Oh, Lucy Lou. What do we buy for Christmas? So I just answered that one already. We don't really buy anything for our actual family. One year, Jason and I were like, we should write each other. I say Jason and I. This was my idea. We say we'll buy each other, or we'll write each other a love letter on Christmas, every Christmas. Since we don't do stuff, that's way more meaningful. Again, you can tell it's totally me talking and not Jason. And we did that 1 year and then never did that again. So I don't know. And how do you give meaningful gifts? So one of the ways that we like to give meaningful gifts is giving gifts, and this goes along with it not being stuff, not cluttering up somebody's house, is through World Vision. And I will have them linked down below. I've mentioned this in another video. But you can go to World Vision. It is a ministry, and it has a whole, you needed a burp. It has a whole list of things you can give to people in developing countries, third world countries. And so it'll be for $25, you can give a family 2 ducks. And what that gives them is eggs. And then the ducks obviously mate and reproduce, and they can sell ducks, and they can have duck meat and all of that. Or rabbits, or Bibles, or goats, or a cow, or a share of a cow, or a sewing kit. All sorts of stuff to give people a better life. Not just to give them a handout, but the whole teach a person a fish instead of giving them a fish. So it's amazing. And they will send you a card that says, in your honor, Uncle Brian, for instance, my brother, we have given, or the Rudis family has given a goat to a family in Puerto Rico or something like that. And so it's really cool. So it's a card, and it kind of explains it. And then they also learn about World Vision. Days for Girls is another awesome organization that does this, where you can give a girl in a country that wouldn't otherwise have it a hygiene kit. Stuff like that. And those are $10 a piece, and it comes with a little card, again, explaining. We do that for birthday parties a lot, and you can you can buy them ahead on those ones because they don't personalize them for you. The World Vision ones will personalize who it's actually to. But I think that's a really neat way to give a meaningful gift to somebody that has everything. And if you're not about cluttering your life, maybe they don't want to clutter their life either. So that is, I think, pretty much all of the questions I've got. Lucy is very clearly maybe ready to go down for her nap now, so I need to go nurse her. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will do another video about Christmas if y'all have more questions. And like I said, I will have a video coming up with 50 ways to love your children without bringing more stuff into your home to spoil them. So hope y'all enjoy this very casual little chat with me, and I'll talk till next time. Bye.